the final time with IPL 2020. And
Yeah, final time, man. We have few more shows
the
around.
shows are there live. I mean, basically the post-match
Yeah,
commentary.
post-match,
You
exactly.
didn't
You're
allow me
right.
to complete. That is the point.
I was
You
like,
were a bit like Mumbai Indians.
Mumbai Indians, exactly. You stole the words right from my mouth.
Yeah. More like
I was
Mumbai
all
Indians.
over you.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
Mumbai
in a
Indians did
metaphorical
yesterday.
sense.
Yeah, like Mumbai Indians did yesterday. They just didn't allow DC to be there. So I think that is the way the match went. So
You summed it up. So
yeah, we'll go.
that's our debate. What do we talk of that match?
Yeah, I know. I think more than the match itself, because see, to me, 2-3 points. I'll tell you what came to my mind when the match was happening.
I'll
That
just
first
start
ball.
off only one thing.
Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Just one thing. The 3.3 overs right at the start with Mumbai, Delhi at 22 for 3. The 3 wickets were taken by Trent Bolt and Jayant Yadav, and both of them quite illuminatingly taken off from Delhi to Bombay. That was the irony, and that said it all. Why from a small team, relatively small team to a bigger team where they had the stage to perform and they performed.
Yeah.
And that is the story of Mumbai Indians that you have been talking about pretty passionately about.
Yeah. I think the stage to perform is there with everybody. I think it is the collective desire to perform. I think that is where the thing
climate is better.
Yeah. So that is where the thing is. See, you look at somebody like a Zahir Khan or a Robin Singh or Jayawardene. There is a uniformity in their approach to life, which is very. It's okay, man. We'll see. We'll take it up. So when Mumbai has won from positions as bad as KXIP this year. They lose 6 on the trot, and even now I think it is part of their journey that the first match they have to lose. Exactly. So they do that. So they do
kind of a ceremonial thing, man.
Ceremonial thing. Yeah, let us lose first, and then we'll figure it out, man.
We in India we have this tradition of giving the first thing to the God. And then start off.
Yeah, Ganpati. They say now in Mumbai now Ganpati.
Yeah.
This rest we'll keep.
In Tamil Nadu we call it as Naivedya. We make a voting offering to the God.
I always say that if Ganpati were to eat up all the modaks, people will stop making them, man.
So, I said voting offering. I should have said votive offering. I think I was watching that telecast.
Yeah. So anyway, so my point, 2-3 things came to mind. That first ball that they bowled, as I was switching on the TV, the first thought that came to my mind was, this guy opening, because he's not a regular opener, he will have a problem with the rising ball aimed at his body. And Trent Bolt, I was thinking, hey, this guy always bowls that nice swing, so this fellow will hit him for 4. Correct, on cue, rising ball, edge to the keeper, gone. So.
And he was squared up so much, man.
Completely squared up. He had no choice. He had to play that ball.
And Mark Nicholas pointed out one beautiful thing. Yeah. He was so squared up that he was looking at the ball from the leg side when he was caught on the offside. Mark Nicholas pointed out to the viewer. That's terrific. That's the kind of insights that you watch on the TV, and they provided that.
No, for me, it was that, I have watched this guy off and on in BBL. I don't watch all the matches. Once in a while I watch. So they tried to bowl him on that line. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong here. If I'm not mistaken, I remember Ricky Ponting on commentary saying that.
Yeah.
No, my question
even in this IPL, he had gotten out with a rising delivery against some other team.
Yes.
Right outside the off stump, he had done that.
And if you remember, Shane Watson also has the same issue. That's where we have been comparing the two.
It happens. One of those things, Bolt got it.
That was one. That was the first one. And the fact that they played Jayant Yadav out of the blue in a final for a player who was not played at all. He has played maybe one match or so in the entire IPL. I don't remember.
He played the previous match against DC.
Yeah. So that's the point. So he suddenly comes in and then sort of does exactly what he's asked to do. And the most important 2 things which I found, one, Rohit Sharma said, and 2, we saw, was Surya Kumar Yadav making that instant decision and saying, okay, you stay, I go.
Yeah, that was grace personified.
Not just grace, that is cricketing acumen. For me,
exactly.
Cricketing acumen.
Yeah, then again, somebody said it was game awareness and self-awareness.
Yeah, to me, it is cricketing acumen. You're saying, okay, I'm playing well. I'm 20 of 19 balls or 19 of 20 balls, something like that. And you have a guy here who's not had a great season. He has a very middling season by all standards. So he seems to be hitting the ball like old. And it makes a lot of sense for me to get out. Now the point is, should he have run when Rohit called him? Those are different issues. And the last one,
there was no run there. Even
so we'll leave that aside. That's why I said the last one for me was Rohit Sharma actually saying, after the game, that look, now my job is to go and put an arm around Rahul chair and say, you know what, nothing wrong with you. It's just that we prefer this was a tactical. I think that is the important part of this team. I think this culture, because I am also saying, because there is a brilliant interview of Rohit Sharma with Smriti Mandhana and Jemima Rodriguez. We need to see that.
Exactly.
And see how Rohit says one thing, which I think differentiates him from Virat. Again, it's not meant to be a criticism of Virat, because Virat is Virat. We know who he is. I mean, he has not tasted failure individually at all. Rohit Sharma says openly that, look, for me, performing to potential took a long time. So I know what it means to be in that place. I think
now that you are brought up Virat Kohli also, should Indian cricket team have Rohit Sharma as its T20 captain? I mean, that is what Gautam Gambhir suggests, Michael Vaughan suggests.
I've been saying this for long. I've been saying this for long. 2 years back, I said that not for the reason that Kohli is bad as a captain, for a reason that I think captaincy is not about leading on the field. Captaincy is a full-time job, 12 years around, where you actually keep the team together. You actually see, as a manager, I'm just bringing this into the corporate world. You can't sort of find fault with a subordinate who has missed a trick or missed meeting the deadlines or whatever. When that happens, you need to sort of be with them continuously. This is something which I, as an executive coach, I keep telling people that it is a full-time job. You can't say, okay, I get to the office, I'm the boss. Then I leave the office, I'm no more your boss. No, they look up to you, because, like it or not, these cricketers, they spend.
I have a different view on that. Anyway, we'll discuss that some other time. We'll get back to cricket itself.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think cricket captain or a leader is a full-time job. There can't be any other this thing. I mean, you want to be a leader, you need to be there. Otherwise,
but sometimes in Australian cricket, we have had players who are agreeable to a person as far as he is captain on the field. See, you are a captain on the field, not outside net, has better things to do. They'll walk off.
No, that is Australia. See, Bala, that is Australia.
Yeah, exactly, precisely.
See, in India,
but when you say all teams, I mean, when you are a cricket captain, when you say that, it can't be the case for all.
Look at it this way. In India, in the subcontinent, the situation is different. And
precisely.
I'll give an example. And the cases you are mentioning as Australia, they are strong players.
Exactly.
They are not fringe players.
Precisely. I know. I'm saying that those caveats exist.
No, for strong players, they're already there. They know who they are, right?
Exactly.
There is no problem.
All I'm saying is, it's not the case with every team or every situation.
It will be with every team. The only difference you are saying, you missed the point there, Bala, I think, or maybe I didn't make it clear, was that a captain's job is not with the strong players. So Kieron Pollard doesn't need Rohit Sharma. Hardik Pandya, to a great extent, doesn't need Rohit Sharma.
Exactly, that is the point.
So I maybe missed bringing that in. So it's like your own team in an office. No, you have strong people. You know they will take care of themselves.
My point is, we also discussed this on some other occasion where I said this Mumbai team could have been captained by any of the rest of the 10 guys.
I don't agree. I don't agree to that, simply because Kieron Pollard maybe yes. I don't think any other player. You send Virat Kohli there, he'll make a pig's breakfast of it. I'm taking that call, because Virat Kohli is not a people person. Virat Kohli is not a guy who can bring up a guy out of nowhere and sort of slowly mentor him to the top. I don't think that is there. I've said it before. Kohli is, because, and I don't blame him for that. He is that sort of a person. It's fine. It's not about a person. That every leader needs to be like that. Dhoni was a player like that. I've mentioned this before also in the show that Rohit Sharma seems to have taken over from Dhoni.
Yeah, you said that.
Not Kohli. See, Kohli is excitable. You saw the explicit he lets out when a player.
His own team.
Yeah, his own team. So those are the issues he needs to.
In my book, Kohli is still a better captain than Rohit, because he can be much more inspirational.
See, inspiring is one thing, Bala. Inspiring,
it can be.
So you inspire from the back also.
Yeah,
in the army.
Raj, I have a different view, because I subscribe to a different school. I think that.
But the results are there. Which school is better? So you leave it there. One school has won 5 IPL titles.
Yeah,
the other school has won 0 IPL titles.
0 IPL titles.
Game, set and match, Bala. You missed this one. Forget it. There is no way you can accept that.
Because,
I can accept.
No. That's why I say this Mumbai team can be captained by.
No. See, you are putting nicely. You are putting the.
Because
you are like Delhi Capitals.
You precisely said that this team has a wonderful set of backroom guides.
Nee, that is fine. The backroom guy is also Rohit Sharma. He is also one of the backroom guys. Remember that. Virat Kohli's case, he is not.
Anyway,
that is the point.
Okay.
See, I'll give another example of how the matchups work. When you pick up something, not because data is telling you this is the right, you pick up because you think you want it, and then you're looking for data to prove yourself right.
Yeah,
typical example. Ashwin bowling the first over yesterday. No reason for Ashwin bowling the first over yesterday. No reason whatsoever. He bowled because some idea that okay, he will be. I mean, he has bowled in the past. He will be a sort of a. We can keep something. He went for plenty and more yesterday. In my mind, for me, totally. 11 runs first over.
No. In total, I said in
total doesn't matter. His other spinner.
See, Raj, we can always talk about the individual this thing. See, he had taken Rohit Sharma in the previous encounter, and he has been quite successful against
that. That is the point. No, see, that is the point.
And he has been pretty good, and he is one of the most successful players in the power play.
All things said and done, the point there yesterday was that you wanted to play with 2 slips and a gully because 150 was not a good score against Mumbai.
See, in the very first over of Rabada, he was taken for plenty. See, what do you say? See, these things do happen, and it's a better thing.
No, I'm again questioning. See, my point is that we are not seeing the story behind the story. That's what I'm saying. That is what we are here for. Otherwise, everybody has seen the match. What is the reason why Rabada? Rabada bowling the first over and second over is different. What did Rohit Sharma do? You notice 3 balls, patted it back, 4th ball, 6, 5th ball, single, in flow, finished.
That was a close call. That was a 6, beautiful 6. A taller player or a person who could have timed his jump better.
Now you are clutching at straws, Bala. It went for 6.
It's not clutching. It went for. It was a close.
That is all. Now you will want. Now you are saying you will want.
It was not that particular shot. That particular shot was. He was biting his tongue.
It was an intent. He was proving that yes, I want to go out of this. That is all.
Exactly. He was trying to stamp his intent on the match.
That is all.
Exactly. But it was a close thing also.
Doesn't matter whether it is close or not.
See, these things happen. These single pivot. These things turn this
way. It is not a single pivot. See, a game is made of multiple pivots, Bala.
Yeah.
And yesterday they lost all the pivots. That's the point.
I can't deny that.
That is the point.
Having said that, the first pivot could have gone either way.
No, I don't think so. See, you are making now. You will want Pollard to stand there and catch his captain, right? Oh, tall guy. Yeah,
somebody
very
nice.
Hey, but if only Pollard was in Delhi team, he would have caught that. Now this is what I'm saying. Clutching at straws.
No, man. See, that is not. I can also easily be sarcastic. That is not.
No.
I just said that.
Who is the tall player in Delhi? Then tell me.
Somebody. I'm just making a small case, man.
It is not
I was Jason Holder, man. Why is it Pollard?
Yeah. That is what. No, you put Jason Holder and maybe bring. Who was that guy? Pakistan 7-foot guy.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have caught anything anyways. Even if he was 7 foot, he would have probably still missed it. But that is a different story.
Talking about captains, Pakistan is having a new captain from yesterday.
Yes.
Babar Azam for test matches.
See, my point is simple. I seriously believe that Mumbai is getting the benefits of a long-term commitment, long-term plan, and a very, very clearly defined role play that they have identified. And bringing up the team, you yourself brought out. You said Prince Balwant Rai. Yesterday, I was looking. There are at least 4 or 5 players.
I think he is clearly marked for the future because they are
not one.
That is certainly that.
Yes.
Yeah. I checked that.
So I'm saying you have Anukul Roy. Yesterday we spoke about him. Definitely a brilliant fielder. He seems to be a sort of a talisman for the team.
They somehow find a way to get him
inside.
Get somebody injured.
Yeah. Then there is another guy, Mohsin Khan, who's a left arm quick. They talk highly about him. So all of these guys, Prince Balwant Rai, you have. Who's
who's not played a
single game. Mohsin has not played. Leg spinner also. So now what is happening is that when we talked about the costs, right? These players are all at 20 lakhs. They are at their base price. You calculate, put all of them together, it doesn't sort of
1 minute. Sorry.
Bless you. Lose change for the team. for the in the purse. So they can actually see now what is it that they're doing. They're telling the smaller guys, look, you aspire for these roles. Rohit Sharma is 33, 34, whatever his age is. Kyron Pollard is also in this thing. So you guys stay with us and do your hard yards. This is what you will get to.
Yeah,
Now, that
that
aspiration
kind of
is what drive a
consistency.
team. That is what drives the team. Now, which other team has DC, by the way, is looking to do it, I think. Because maybe somewhere Ricky Ponting had a hand in creating this Mumbai. I don't know. I mean, I'm just making this up. Because Ponting was there.
Only other team that has a consistent record of having a consistent team is CSK. Previously,
yes.
I'm not talking about 2020.
Yes,
because I was reading one of the stats which said in 2018. I mean, when was the time they? 2015. They finished second. They had played only 14 players, whereas Mumbai had 15 players for this tournament, entire tournament.
Yes.
That's how consistent they are. Because this 15, even in 15 years, couple of times they brought in players for either for injury or just they were experimenting as they did in one of those league matches.
Very true. So I mean, I have that data with me. 14 players. Mumbai has played only 15 players in 2018 and 2020. CSK played 14 and KKR played 16. So see, the point is, I mean, today I was watching a show where Joy Bhattacharya was talking about. Joy Bhattacharya was actually involved in KKR, right?
KKR,
yeah. So he made a point which I'm putting 2 and 2 together and saying it is for KKR. He says, look, building a team culture takes a long time, 3-4 years. And one fine morning you demolish that, you're scratching your head and saying, what is happening here? So that is what you're seeing now. I mean, even CSK had a team culture, right? KKR definitely had a team culture in that era when they won 2 titles back to back. That team culture was visible. SRH seems to have a team culture now. There is something which is building up.
From the other end, I'll come. 3 teams that have never won IPL: RCB, Delhi Capitals, and Kings 11 Punjab. They've all had problems at the top, and there is no defining team culture as of now.
Yes, you're right. That's it. You just flip. You're right. That is the beautiful part of it. I think that is what is missing. I think it is the same for every team sport. Right, especially if you are French. I mean, if you look at the EPL, for example, I mean, the same thing happens there. There are teams with a culture and teams without a culture. You can make that out when they come out to play, because there also you are having players from different backgrounds, different.
Exactly. More diverse.
More diverse than, because the more teams play, more countries play football. So when you say India cricket is the greatest game on earth, then you wonder, okay, by what standards? But then we love it, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong in it.
So it's like they say, no, it's like the car ads you have these days. This is the best car in its segment. Who else is there?
Nobody else. Exactly. But we must do a football show, Raj, because last 10 years now, kind of football madness across this country is amazing. Football madness for the various leagues.
Yes.
And the kind of knowledge that people have is
great. So that is where I have a problem, because my football watching is extremely sketchy. I mean, I do watch. I mean, for me, it's cricket, tennis, football. Although football, World Cup matches, I'll watch all of them.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You're a typical 50+ man.
Yeah, seriously. See, I used to play football also like that.
That exactly.
So in the school days, college days, my job was to. So I had specs, right? Those days also.
Okay.
So they would say you fullback. My job was to sort of basically play the man, not the ball. Slightly, on the bulkier side. So whoever is running, I'm aiming at that guy, not the ball. I can't see the ball. And then the joke was, hey, you can see a cricket ball this big so nicely. This is ball, yeah.
Exactly.
So those used to be the funny moments of my game. So we can start. I mean, I can just get myself to watch.
We are all over the place, man, today.
No, because so was Mumbai here. They are all over DC. There's nothing to discuss, man. I mean, see, what do you discuss when, like you said, you lose 3 wickets in the first 3-4 overs? I mean, you are done and dusted. The fact that Rishabh Pant,
practically the match got over at the very first ball.
Yes. So one of the jokes I shared, I think I don't know whether you saw it or missed it. I said when Rishabh Pant was going to bat, our Ricky Ponting came close to his ear and said something, and that is why Rishabh Pant played 2 words: Sanju Samson. Suddenly you saw the difference.
I was happy for Rishabh Pant. Though it was not but it was a good innings. In the sense, kind of resurrected to a certain extent. Of course, it was not good enough to win down the match. But
to me,
of the war where Rishabh Pant has been coming from, he has had a very average season. So in that
So
sense, this 50 plus runs will stand him in good stead in terms of confidence when he gets onto the plane to Australia. That can do it because,
I hope
but
it does.
still losing.
Yeah.
I mean, as you keep pointing out, he kept losing his poise as well as shape when he tried the big shots. But at least a couple of sixes came off, which is
You
pretty
are a
good.
very charitable. You are a very charitable man, Bala. For me, the way he got out described what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So
That is still
yeah.
some problem areas, but okay.
I mean, it's a question of when you have
And
played for so many.
you talked about his fitness and being a punt. He was panting for whenever he
Yeah.
had to run
He
two
was.
runs.
Yeah. So I mean, the number of twos they missed actually, Delhi when DC was batting was although sometimes Pant was trying to be very aggressive, but I think he aggressively runs the first one and then waits for the second one. I
Yeah.
don't know what was
See, you
happening.
can always the way Shreyas Iyer paced his innings, especially in the back end, was a bit troubling. But just to from his side, you can always say since Pant and Hitmayer had gotten out, he couldn't shift gears because
Yeah.
with Axar Patel around, he wouldn't want to take chances. And Axar Patel also didn't score much. I mean, he's capable of those runs, but it didn't happen. So those things can always be talked about, and it is being talked about elsewhere. But let's not get there.
Yeah,
It's
so this is why I said, I mean, the entire game was in first gear. I mean, DC was in first gear. I think Mumbai Indians came in overdrive.
yeah, and the way Decock batted was right at the start. This is how
Yeah,
you do a chase in a final, man.
I mean, why only Decock? I mean, Surya Kumar Yadav, first ball 4, second ball
First ball
6.
six, yeah.
First ball
Uh,
6, second ball 4, finished.
and that guy
So,
is a great mental spaceman
ah,
because he has been. I mean, you talked about that run out and how graceful and under pressure he was pretty graceful. He has had problems. He had his run-ins here. He's known to be slightly nasty in the Ranji Trophy circuit. For
hmm,
him to be so, because we talked of those Mehun gesture after his chase against RCB. That was
hmm.
I told you that I have never seen anything like that on a cricket field after because you pump your fist after a very exciting and nervy chase. But he pulled it off and he said, "I'm there," kind of thing. So
Yeah.
when you
I mean,
kind
see,
of
look at the,
when you are capable of doing that, you are in a very good
I mean,
mental space.
and that shows in the numbers. No, Surya Kumar Yadav, 16 matches, 480 runs, 145 strike rate, average 40, 450s. One side.
Yeah,
Second side, Ishan Kishan, 14 matches, 516 runs, 145.76 average strike rate, average 57.33, 450s. And guess what? Both these guys are not there in the
uncapped,
Indian team.
uncapped player.
Yeah,
Uncapped.
uncapped. And both these, that's what I've said. Both these
Yeah,
sides not in the
other
Indian
way.
team.
Yeah,
So, which
exactly,
is brilliant.
and we have
So,
picked this squads for Australian team based on
yeah,
performance in the IPL.
yeah, because nothing else has been played. So Michael Vaughan was saying, no, not Michael Vaughan. I think Gaurav Kapoor said, I mean, this Mumbai Indians team can beat every T20 team in the world, including India.
I've been seeing articles where they keep saying this probably Mumbai Indians are the best T20 side ever
Yeah.
across the globe, and that includes international teams as well.
Yeah.
Because the West Indies team of 2016 and 2018, when did they last win? 2017. They can certainly make a case for among the great teams of T20.
Yeah, so they see sometimes they remind me of the Aussies under Steve Waugh. The guys who just go around in the test matches, go
Steve
around the
Waugh,
world.
Ponting put together.
Yeah, they go around beating everybody to pulp and then sort of saying okay, what. So I think that is what this reminds me of.
We talked of this IPL as being one of the closest and being open one. And when we go back to the stats and look at it was close for the 7 teams. For one team, it was see, imagine, man, they chased completely. I mean, chasing, they lost only one consequential match. They chased us for 7 times. They won 5 times. One was a live match. Another match they lost it in a super over.
So another thing, Trent Bolt, I just picked this up also. Trent Bolt, see, we talk about the top bowlers in this thing. Somehow Trent Bolt sort of flies under the radar in that. Yeah. So the fellow has taken 8 wickets in his opening spells. Yeah.
Opening spells.
Yeah. So
clearly the opposing teams have not worked out a strategy for him. Yes. He's going to come at you right from the start. Yes. That's going to happen. But somehow they've not had a strategy, or he has been too good for that. Obviously, they would have had some strategy, but he has been able to overcome that status. So,
Yeah, so yesterday we saw that.
yesterday, Bolt, and yesterday, forget about everything. He was almost a non-starter because of the injury, groin injury.
Yeah.
That he picked in the previous match. And he was getting. I mean, he was not really a short starter, right? Even on the morning. So for him to do what he did last night was just great.
So I mean, I for me, I think it is. I mean, this is as complete as it gets.
Yes.
Next IPL onwards, I think teams will basically be looking to figure out how to beat Mumbai. I think that's all. And I personally see, I'm coming back again. I'll probably end with these words that my side I'll send, then you can pick it up. That you can't buy a good team with money.
Agreed.
You need to create a good team. I think Mumbai has done that over the past 5 years. I mean, see, Mumbai won first, if I remember right, in 2013, right? Was their first title. That was just happened. So we all, I mean, I remember joking that, you know what, maybe the owners bought the title because
that's the allegation that is still there, but
yes.
You are right about that.
2013, 2014 is probably when, or 15 is when they started genuinely really going after and investing in individual players. I think from then on, this Mumbai is a different team. I think
before going to add, you talked of John Wright's influence.
Yes.
As one of the scouts.
Yes. So I think that is how teams are built. In my mind, I think DC has now, I mean, just finally, DC has that core team ready. See, Rishabh Pant not being in form happens to everybody. So I don't think Pant is a great player. I mean, he can be a future, he can be a future GOAT. So right now he's a Buffalo. No, I didn't say that. So
no, please.
Yeah. But
scratch
then,
it,
scratch it. Yeah, I didn't say that. You didn't hear that. So yeah, he's a future GOAT. So Shreyas Iyer is a good captain. Like, I mean, I mentioned in some earlier show, if at all Mumbai Indians would want to abduct another DC player, it is likely to be Shreyas Iyer. Obviously for the Mumbai connection, which is what they did with Rohit Sharma. If you remember.
Not just for Mumbai connection, he belongs to Mumbai's
that
the scheme of things.
Yeah, that is the thing. When I say Mumbai connection, that's what I meant.
Okay. So, I thought since he's from Mumbai, actually.
No. So see, now it's like they bought Krunal Pandya only because Hardik was playing in the team. So these are small things which you see and realize, okay, you know what? There is more to building a team than just picking the best players in auction. No, that is not the way.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, the best players. I mean, the best.
If that has been the case, either Punjab or RCB would have been the champions.
Yeah. They played shitloads.
Even for that matter, Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah.
Because they have their foreign players, top four foreign players, they're perhaps the best in the world right now.
Yeah. I mean, which is a funny thing.
And they finished at the bottom.
So you look at the irony of it.
The irony is, Jofra Archer is the MVP.
Yeah.
The Rajasthan is the last.
I think we should stop there. I think that was the line of.
Because that clearly underscores what you have been driving.
Yes. To me, teams are built. I think there is a lot of effort that goes into team building, that culture part. I think, Bala, you brought that out. I mean, look at the teams which haven't won the IPL, and you see that one common factor, the missing culture. There is, I mean, somewhere there is, I don't think that, it is, you don't know what they stand for.
The ethos, I think what they call ethos for the team.
So CSK was very clear. CSK created, probably was the first team that had it in IPL. Exactly. Mumbai Indians picked from there. Now you see, yesterday Rohit Sharma did another Dhoni. Takes the award, gives it, and goes back. You don't see him anywhere. That is typical Dhoni for you. So exactly. I think those are the things which matter. I think so. So we can at least give CSK. I mean, we need to bring CSK somehow, no?
Yeah. Thanks for. I should have done that. Thanks, mate.
No. But then I believe
what our friends were.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, CSK, that was CSK for me, right from. I mean, I used to sometimes find them lethargic, this thing, but it was fine. They would win the key matches, win the tournament, go away, and the next time they'll come back again. It's okay. It's a game. That's all. So you lose one, you don't make radical changes the next match. Hey, what happened here? No, nothing like that. So I think Mumbai picked up where CSK left off, and now let us see whether CSK can pick up where they left off.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, I know. I mean, they better do it. They better do it. Yeah. So and like Bala said in the beginning, this probably is I mean, obviously, it's probably this is another insightful comment I'm going to make. Since this is the last match review we are going to do for IPL 2020. Yeah, right.
Yeah, great. I mean, we started with a great insight. We are ending
with a great insight.
Exactly.
So, but then we'll come up with some more shows. So keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, Bala.
And
Thanks a lot.
well done. Yeah.
Yes, I think we should pat ourselves. The fact that we woke up and did this every day from the IPL start of the IPL, I couldn't believe that we could be so consistent. So,
I mean, in that sense, we are more consistent than Mumbai Indians.
Yeah.
And the IPL belongs to us.